Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're back in Middle Earth, and it is time for Miss Medrielle to meet Reeve Ingbert, otherwise known as Horn's father. So let's go ahead and get started. Very well, room keeper. You may enter. All right.
Ingmar, my husband, seeks to persuade his father to allow him to lead a force of men against the orcs who now threaten us, despite Theoden King's ban. I hope his grandmother, Lady Gorda, may bring wisdom to the debate.
All right. What we got going on here? Watch the discourse. Can we come to an agreement on this matter? Is there no choice that will satisfy all? I do not see how, my son. Theoden King has decreed that we cannot. Surely Theoden King's edict does not extend to repelling invaders. It is valid. Perhaps we should ask the stranger's advice. I'm sure it could be eye-opening.
What brings you to these lands?
You there, what's your name? Medrielle, you say. You're a stranger here, so perhaps you might provide my father wiser counsel than either myself or my grandmother. I believe the best defense for Eaworth against the coming siege is to attack the orcs directly, and I subvert the siege before it has begun. Do you not believe this to be wise counsel? You see, father, even a stranger can see the wisdom of my plans. Neither your grandmother nor I can test the wisdom, Ingmar. Nevertheless, the king's will is clear. Indeed, my son, Theoden King is not an old dotard. However, though you may not see it, I do not truly disagree with you, Ingmar. We are surely permitted to defend ourselves. Do you agree, stranger?
You have done well.
I do not deny that under ordinary circumstances great glory might be won by attacking the foe, and perhaps the siege might be averted, but we are forbidden to attack the Ark by Theoden King himself. Under such circumstance, would it not be treason to attack the Ark? Would it not be wiser counsel to fortify the city and prepare for a siege? It cannot be denied that we may defend ourselves against attack, for then we are not the hunters. What say you? You admit that it's a difficult decision. What you say would be true if we did not have to worry about the outlying farms. What of them? Enough. I can think no more on this. We will continue our discussion later. You tell the Reeve that you must know more of the situation before you can provide adequate advice.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
I am more at odds with myself than ever. Arguments have been made for both causes, but I am still uncertain. Can you see no other options? My grandson is headstrong and will not listen to reason. I believe Tolla's fears to be justified. Let us speak of this later. Alright, so yeah, family arguments there. Always lovely, and I'm sure they're going to intensify as soon as he realizes that another of his sons has returned. Probably with a whole different insight.
You did very well.
Alas, Medrielle, I am still torn between loyalty to my king and my people.
I need your help.
You have seen how divided my house is. However, I think Ingmar has the right of it when he said that you, a stranger, could perhaps give wiser counsel than they, for you are not so close to the situation. Will you speak with both my mother and Ingmar, learn their positions more closely, and determine the wisdom of their arguments? Perhaps then you might advise me. My own feelings interfere with my thoughts. So, since you should accept both, support Goda and support Ingmar to learn their positions, but you may only complete one of them. Which quest you complete will determine who you will support throughout the story arc. The choice is for roleplay purpose only. Alright.
I need you to do this.
My mother, Medrielle, is a strong woman and wise. She has long been my chief counselor and has never led me astray. In the matter of the Ark, she counsels that we refrain from attacking them directly, for Theoden King is forbidden it. My loyalty and duty to the king dictates that I comply, yet I am uneasy. Eaworth itself has been raided on numerous occasions, and large number of Arks amassed not far from here, in clear preparation to lay siege upon us. Why then should we refrain from attacking them first, as Ingmar would do? Alas, I know not the answer. Speak with my mother and learn the heart of her argument. Let me know if you decide that hers is the wisest part. Alright, so now.
I need you to do this.
How I yearn to ride forth with my son against these orcs who dare intrude upon the lands of the House of Leothern. Yet I know my age That my desire, like Ingmar's, is driven more by lust for glory than care of my people. I am torn, for I do see reason behind Ingmar's argument, but is it greater than my mother's? Lives that would be saved by following my mother's advice would be great, but would it resolve the issue of orcs marauding in the Eaworth Vale? Speak with Ingmar and learn the full reason behind his plan, then return to me and I will make my decision. Alright, so we need to talk to both of them, and whoever we choose, the other quest will fail.
You have done well.
I understand that Tola sent you to speak with me to help you convince my son to refuse Ingmar's plan. Indeed, as you heard, I have been doing just that. The argument is moot, for Theoden King's law must rule our decision. The land is ours only by his command, and we owe our allegiance to him through unbreakable oath. Understand, I do not debate Ingmar's position. If we were permitted, I would be the first to say strike at the heart of the enemy. But we are restricted. That is why I propose we strengthen our defenses here in Eaworth. Defending a bastion such as this would reduce our losses, well beyond what we would see assaulting the Ark. My grandson questions my reasoning, citing the safety of the outlier farms, but many of those farms have already been abandoned, and many more refugees arrive in Eaworth every day. I believe his lust for glory has blinded his sensibilities. The greater wisdom says we should defend Eaworth with all our might. Word has already been sent to Thornhope, our city in the north. I expect further aid from Thane Wolfred at any moment. Will you defend my position with Ingbert? Consider it well. If Goda's reasoning seems greater to you than Ingmar's, you should speak with Ingbert.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Bah! We stand here and debate the wisdom of attacking the Arks, as if driving away invaders in the Eaworth Vale could possibly be the motive behind Theoden King's edict. There is rumor that Saruman the White, ever the friend and ally of the Rohirrim, has subjected a tribe of orcs beneath his hand. Truly, these are the orcs which the king protects, yet the invaders are from the Misty Mountains. What glory is there in holding up behind these walls, waiting for the orcs to burn them down around us and kill every man, woman, and child within? It is cowardice. Understand, my grandmother is indeed a wise woman, but she is also stubborn. She does not comprehend the opportunity we have. The orcs have not yet mustered enough strength to lay siege to Eaworth. If we strike now, we can cripple their efforts and drive the Mongols forth from the Eaworth Vale. There is no safety within these walls of wood. Fire burns wood, and orcs are master wielders of fire. Will you support my position with my father? Perhaps you may bring him courage and wisdom. Alright, so his position is take the fight to the enemy before they can bring the fight to us and make it more difficult. Her position is fortify here, and when the orcs come, be prepared to fend them off. Now his possession does indeed seem to come with a lesser cost for Eaworth, but a greater chance that all of them getting thrown out on their butts for disobeying King Theoden. I mean, even though we all know Theoden is quite himself. Just saying. Now, hers is actually riskier because it involves having the orcs come here to Eaworth. But they could set it up so that the orcs walk straight into a trap. And of course, Ingbert is waiting patiently for us to decide. And now we have to throw a total bomb on him.
You have come far from your home, and in the company of peculiar friends.
An elf, a girl from the tribe of Dunlin. What makes you think these could travel across the plains of Rohan, or into proud Eaworth? No, give me no excuses. I know why you feel you have the right. My son Horn gave you permission, as if he can speak for my land. The last I knew, he was banished beyond the ridings of Rohan to stand guard on the great river far away. Has the Eden King relented of his command? Or, as I find more likely, has Horn simply flouted the king's command. I will not have it be said that Ingbert Reeve of the Eaworth Bell lacks the courtesy of hospitality. My steward, Leowolf, will prepare meager feast for you. Speak to him while I speak to my son in private. My disapproval is not meant for the ears of strangers, High Elf.
I will show you to a comfortable room while the feast is prepared.
Alright, let's deal with the
I have been too
family
long away
reunion.
from home, but what welcome awaits me now?
I know the Reeve promised a meager feast, but this seemed like a bounty to me. Eaworth is besieged by troubles, as are the other villages we have visited in the Eastomnet, but still its lord and his guests eat well. Thank you for the hospitality, Reeve Ingbert. The food was delicious. You're very welcome, Corden. I was not certain that elves could eat the food of my people. They're not as different from us as we thought, Father. None of my companions are. I did not ask for your opinion, Horn. You'll have it anyway. When Theoden King sent you away, he did not send you for enough. Father! It is nothing, Ingyth. Do not trouble yourself. No, I will not allow him to be rude to you, my brother. In my own hall, I will speak as I wish. To my home, he brings a wild woman, a blood foe of his own people. Do you desire battle? I will give it to you, old man. Oh no, she threatens me. Nona, no. Father, listen to me. Nona is my boon companion. She is a mighty warrior, and I think that may be enough for now, Horn. Respect your father's walls. The elf is wiser than you, Horn. He knows when to speak and when not to speak. Must each of my sons be so quick of temper? Well, you are. Just saying. The four of you have traveled far. Did you hear any news of my beloved? They are tired from their journey, my daughter. They surely need rest. Who is your beloved? I am betrothed to Theodred, the Prince of Rohan. When he returns from his duties, we will be married. Oh no. I think they are ready to retire to their beds, Ingyth. We need not speak of this now. Medrielle met with the princess before to Eisen not long ago. Oh, what can you tell me of him? Did he look well? Oh boy. She doesn't know. Nobody has told her. Horn interrupts before you could speak to Inga. Yes, that's enough. We will speak of the prince later. No need for that talk now. Reeve Ingbert thumps the table with his fist. There's another matter of which to speak, a very serious matter indeed. You are my son, Horn, but you have had a term of service to carry out in Stanguard, and you have not completed it. You are here against the will of Theoden King. Father, I do not want to cause trouble for you or the people of Eaworth. My song for the king may have been ill-conceived, but there was truth to it. He has been influenced by Grima Wormtongue, if only he had the strength to resist. My loyalty is to the king at all times. I will not hear these treasons. Leowolf, the feast is over. See to the removal of the table and chairs. Yes, my lord. Okay, talk to the Reeve, talk to Inga, talk to Nona. Alright, we'll start with the Reeve. We will speak later, Medrielle, but I thank you for holding your tongue. I have kept the sad tidings from the fords of Eisen from my daughter until now. She is not yet ready to hear them. Where'd Nona fuck off to? There's Nona. Nona looks at you darkly. Why did I come to this place, Medrielle? My journey with you was to be one of vengeance and victory, and instead I encounter a complicated web of distrust and confusion. Nona lowers her voice and speaks to you in a harsh whisper. That girl does not know her beloved is dead, and none here was for her to know. Is that because they fear the truth would kill her, that her grief would be too much for her to bear? You should take the sadness and turn it to anger, and wield a sword against the orcs that slew her love. That is what I would have done in memory of Wadu, and what I would do to avenge my love, to avenge... Nona hot suddenly out of breath. But his people and mine are enemies, Medrielle. It is wrong to feel this way. You heard the old man. He will never accept that Nona, daughter of Subut, could be anything but a foe. Has my fondness for Horn changed me? Has it made me weaker, more unsuspecting? Why can I no longer bring myself to hate the Horse Lords in the same way they hate my people? I do not want to die in ambush, Medrielle, as my brother did, but I fear I have been blinded. My heart has done it. I need some time to think. Oh, and there goes Nona, because she just realized an uncomfortable truth. I would like to apologize for my father's words, Medrielle. He speaks harshly because the trouble of the Entwash fell weighed heavily upon him. And he cares so much about his people. He wants to do what is right, but he worries that it is not enough. If only the will of the king were not so confused. It is hard to know what is best, Sir Rohan. Will you listen to me? I am no shield maiden. What would Prince Beatrix say if he could hear me talk this way? You might become a shield maiden after you discover what happened to Beatrix. I think I could use some air, Medrielle. Let us walk outside for a short while. Rama. So what did you make of my father, Medrielle? That went about as well as I expected? No, it actually went better. Our last meeting before I left for Steingard was an icy one. My time away seems to have thawed him somewhat, if only slightly. I hadn't thought to keep Prince Beatrix's death from my sister Eaworth until it became clear my father has not told her. But I think it is best this way. She was very much in love with him, and his loss, well, it will not be an easy thing. Look at this place, Medrielle. Trust me when I tell you it was not always like this. Many of the guards have turned to drink for solace against the great number of raiding orcs. There are not many children left in Eaworth, but those that remain are afraid. Everything has changed. When I was young, these buildings seemed to be enormous. Now they seem so small and ramshackle. I sang for years of the glory of Rohan. Was any of it true? No, you are right, Medrielle. I am being unfair. Eaworth has suffered greatly at the hands of orcs, and it is to regain the glory of Rohan that its people fight. Horn shakes his head to clear it. Yes, my songs were not lies. Rohan was great, and will be again. It's just, I have become fond of Nona, and I wanted my family to accept her for the same reasons I have. And I wanted her to feel less out of place here. I did not think she would have as much trouble fitting in here in Eaworth, though perhaps I should have known better. Neither of us belong in Rohan, it seems. She and I both outcasts. It does not seem to bother her the way it bothers me. Perhaps she can help me come to accept it. Thank you for the walk, Medrielle. The fresh air has done me some good. Let us return to the mead hall, Medrielle. Relaxing with you and Cordelin and Nona in time of peace is more homelike now than anything Eaworth can provide to me. Well, that was pretty intense. And of course, Ingbert is not particularly pleased with us at the moment. After all, we did bring his wayward son home.
I thank you for your discretion.
I thank you for your discretion, Medrielle. Many a maid has cast herself into the torrent of the Entwash when learning of her unrequited love. I am not ready for Eaworth to learn of her betrothed's death. Ingbert sizes you up appraisingly. I was blinded earlier. You are not the stripling for which I mistook you. My displeasure with Horn does not extend to you. You are welcome to come and go within the Entwash Vale if you are a friend to her people. The orcs you seek passed north of Eaworth not long ago, and shortly after, Eomer, the third marshal of the Riddermark, rode after them. I am expecting him back any day now. Alright, so he's not mad at us, but that doesn't mean he's not so mad at his sons. Our sons apparently not particularly happy with either of his sons at the moment. And speaking of which side of this coin are we going to choose? Are we going to take the fight to the Ark against King Theoden's orders? Are we going to lure the Ark here and give them a spanking? Ingmar, you are not going to like me, but I think we're going to lay a trap for the Orcs. And by doing so, we need them to come here.
Thank you for your help.
You take a moment to convey your support of Goda's position to Reeve Ingbert. I understand my son's desire to ride into battle. In my youth, I was much the same. Few beyond Rohan comprehend what it is to earn glory in the heat of battle. However, my mother's advice, as you say, seems the greater. My mind has decided we shall follow Lady Goda's advice.
Thank you for your help.
So you have heard the argument and have come to a conclusion. Ingbert listens patiently when you impart your counsel. Indeed, I believe you are correct. It is disheartening to be forced to choose whom loyalty shall be granted, but I must agree with your counsel. Alright, so we're going to bring the fight to Eaworth. And we now have to go talk to Corridon. But, of course, we will do that next time. Until then, bye for now.